sacred sands of the sun. The sanctum succumbs to sanctions from the palace above. A planet torn between the basics of hatred and the balance of love. Got me feeling short of breath and shrapnel into the lungs. Militant messiahs, Gatling gun funk monks. The children of a society that'll never trust us. The generation of bloodlust.
Frank Black, what up?
High definition, I see all the signs I was missing. Mine cooking on high in my fitted. Cooking, I haven't felt alive in a minute. Feeling like I could die any minute. In the eye of a storm that you couldn't see if you tried. Cause it's inside, I be fighting with my pride till I'm winded. Let my ego bleed dry in the trench. Through the ashes in the sky, let it fly with the spirit.
Whoa, it's like I see in high definition. I ain't felt this alive in a minute. Laying wide awake with both eyes of the city. It's like I see in high definition.
Ladies and gentlemen, capital punishment has moved outside. This shit is fucking crazy. We got a fucking crazy matchup. We're gonna just jump right into it. My name's Prehistoric. Got a fucking legend with me.
My name's Peter Morris.
You didn't even use that, eh?
And the homie.
You didn't even use
Your girl's favorite co-host. We're in friggin' alley because we're running on battle rap time. Let's go.
Facts. All right, let's get right into it. Shout out to both these dudes for doing it. Firstly, battler to my right, introduce yourself.
Hey man, Scott Free, Freezes Christ, upper class white trash. You know what I mean? Workshop regime, breaking records. Let's go.
Okay, and battler to my left, legend, who are you?
poRICH, dick deep in yo, bitch! Rest in peace, Gilly. Whippy is a city. Let's go.
All right, it's on Poe when he's ready. Let's fucking hold it down.
This company made me lose my last battle versus franchise on purpose. I had my hands tied, kids. They said, you ain't getting paid unless you take a damn dive, Rich. I couldn't believe my ears. Felt like when a landslide hits. Pre just laughed and said, we're the corporation. We live and die by the franchise, bitch. So I went along. I don't want to end up like Made Wade, locked away in one of their secret camps. I'd like to regain the title, but they'll never give me an even chance. Notice how when you ask me if I wish I had the belt, Pre pops out a genie lamp. Rich doesn't like being champ. Even in my best condition, Papa book my matches and don't let me win them. That ain't nepotism, it's the kind of gang love you only get in prison. CRB stands for corporate rap battles. These crooks deal in sordid back channels. Your money and your life are just a few of the things they're willing to more than half gamble. Ever since Pat and Pre got on the cortisol, I'm warning y'all. Just watch. Since Soros didn't slip up once or at least sort of fall, they'll find him tomorrow before his early morning boarding call. The horror, y'all. They can never repay the debt they wronged me. Not knowing one day they'd regret it strongly like the Umbrella Corps releasing hordes of AIDS-infected zombies. Pay attention, Scotty. You don't want to be the wrong chip in some backroom deal, then get Han Solo vacuum sealed because you didn't smile and pose for a Happy Meal. That's for real. Here's the difference between mass appeal like the wagon wheel or getting flamed on the back end like the Batmobile. But don't trip, Scotty, you get bodied. Pre's got your bitch getting dicked by rich Saudis. They gave her a sick Audi. She told you. She told you. When she drove you to get coffee, you broke like a bitch, Scotty. You poor little bitch, Scotty. Scott Free. The man is all that. He's like a cross between Samurai Jack and Panama Jack. He came to see me in his brief melee. In my mind, Free's heyday was back on 106 and Park with that geek AJ. What? My style is yell talking. Time to wash that smell off him. Came from Bell City, better bring that bell pepper, get dragged by your bell bottoms, grab his bags and bellhop him, he's softer than gel bottoms. Nothing would stop him from battling, not even his family's health problems. And by that I meant when I raped his brother-in-law last July on beast mode and mouse stomped him. Now he's here to prove the other half of the bloodline is softer than mouse droppings and y'all shouldn't be allowed to have sex without condoms. Has Tipsy recovered? Maybe we see him on the next event. Scott gets it free, but with tip, I only spent 10%. All the while, you pretend you're manly. While your brother-in-law / friend's a dandy. Long clip, that's what I got for extended family. So what? You stepping in? You stepping in like Big Brother, you get smothered trying to give that dick cover like when you dress in drag and call yourself Chris Tucker. I ain't celebrating this fucker. When I give him his flowers, it's more like a scene from Midsummer. So put your hands in the air, it's a family affair. Magazine for your face like Vanity Fair. The man is prepared.
That's what I'm talking about, Richard.
Yo, bottom of the first on Scott when he's ready, man. Making history.
You think I'm here because of Tipsy.
She's figuring out how to shut the fucking torch.
That means you think I'm a big threat. But thinking Big Brother's here for revenge would be a misstep. I've watched your battle 40 times on my phone. But haven't actually sat down to watch that shit yet, so... What happened to the brand, Poe? You used to take it on the road, Rich. KOTD freeze you out? Damn, that's some cold shit. But I noticed you called yourself King of the North. And you didn't sit on that throne, Rich, so you choked against franchise once the franchise choked you out. Damn. How apropos, Rich. But the truth in what that exposes is despite all your wins in the sport, you might have been King of the Dot. You were never King of the North. Long live Pat Stay.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
So tell the rich kid that I've been on a run. My shadow weighs a ton. Then turn ghost dog when I see you got me losing a final decision. The last king of Scotland, arms and legs get switched if I start tripping, which really only feeds into this Forrest Whitaker type of vision, because when I left, I was feeling good. But you fucking right, I was different, bro. Wow! Wow! Now it was big as a kid to visualize sky's the limit, but I know the history. 1199, it was written, Richard the Lion hearts diminish. In the south of France, he meets his end. And that irony's delicious. Once again, a Frenchman's end's gotta saying bye-bye to Richard, so let's not even lie. Ever since the Queen has died and we've all seen the files, anyone even in line to be king these days is a pedophile, so call yourself king, huh? What, do some of the dogs that's with him use willpower and quantum physics? He's trying to make himself monolithic, but stop and listen. I hear Pulp Fiction in your rhythm. And I'll do him really bad. For years, been stuck watching your ass like Bruce Willis' dad, but it's getting pretty sad, and I remember when Rich was fire. Oh, you ain't dead yet, motherfucker? I guess they'd have to know Richard Pryor. You set yourself on fire trying to prove how bright your light could shine, flew too close to the sun and turned to ashes on the final flight. But Icarus had the bright idea. You see, running with it's just a different story. Looks like Rick's in a pickle, Morty. You gotta make sure there's a leg beneath the light bulb, like a Christmas story, so... Wow! What? But Richard's story? That's one of a legacy ruin. You went from Richard Big Checks to Ricky Regular Checks to petty cash for part-time roofing. Oh, it's full-time, right, Rich? We're gonna switch the story, Rich. You might be a roofer 8 months of the year, but right now you're on Pogie, bitch, so... Come on, Richard, you all roofer! Even bought a Nouveau blade for the truck to remove snow. Look at you go! But no one chooses to be a roofer, Rich. They become one when they run out of options. I have never met a roofer who doesn't have problems. They're alcoholics, pill poppers. The rooftop is the bottom. You reach for 12 rungs of the ladder because you can't handle 12 steps in the process. Whoa! How's that for a metaphor?
Look at me, going on about conspiracy theories in a title shot. You showed up dressed in a suit and tie, walking to the office. Man, I might kill Scott.
Let's go! What we doing?
Your girl remind me of a movie star. In that green dress with the mean struts. You seen Shrek? I would love to know what drugs you're under to make you think you're ever once an up-and-comer. Watch the old gun blunderbuss ya. I got this poor fucker's number. Now the goat's screaming like Thor loving thunder. Ain't no such thing in this ring as amnesty, dude. I got your whole clan lining up like Family Feud, and you can bet your fucking ass I got some answers for you. Yeah. I'm running through you and your best friend. Your wife next? Okay, bro. Won't be a happy day when I fuck up Scott Bay, yo. Give her that razor like, hey, yo. Say that it ain't so. Is it scot-free or freezer bag? Who cares when they hate both? Freezer bag, he's a fag. If I ever met a guy that needs a gag, it's his breathing sag, a bleeding scab. For me, this match is like I want to buy a Ferrari, but couldn't even lease a Jag, so then I leave with some Kia swag. I'll slice his slack jaw with a hacksaw. Then you get sushi wrap raw. So when your ass gets canned, blame the plastic ban, cause this the last straw. What the fuck is scot-free starting? If this dog keeps barking with his Nazi jargon, you'll see more weapons than Lockheed Martin. I get it real close before I squeeze on you. So fresh, if I breathe on you, it'll smell like I spray Febreze on you. Boy, you'll see more hands than E-Honda. You'll see more hands than E-Honda with a poker league sponsor. You see these lame rap figures step on stage to act bigger because they're nobody in real life like every last winner of the Masked Singer. You want to act like a cowboy? That figures. I'll press Scott in the press box like Dak's injured. You're the same level as everyone in your meat-carded crew. I've been testing your battle IQ. I don't think these weak marks will do. You and Tipsy are like a trade-off, a cheap bargain, dude. So if he's as smart as you, that means he's retarded too. He's not. Upper class white trash. So what, you steal your Netflix but pay for Disney? You fucking bums wouldn't last a day in Whitby. This the type of white trash that brings out the racist in me like Clayton Bigsby. Anything I say you'll give me. Go ahead, Rich, take my brain and kidneys. A salty vegetable? Umami, we making kimchi. Upper class white trash. Here's what's troubling me. You would be upper class if your oven could heat, but you ain't said nothing near fire by a couple degrees. I don't count your hot breath because you ain't brushing your teeth. Look out, y'all. It's the UCWT. Ain't that wrestling show on a WB? You use your community center for a backyard ring and get away with it all because you're the snack bar king. Scotty Too Hotty's a big phony. I'm raw off the cell like Mick Foley. You're tough as a plate of hardened spaghetti. I'm Shawn Michaels without Marty Jannetty. Sweet chin music, boy, the harmony's ready. I'll beat him with a padlock, feed him with a crack rock, put him in a bad spot, rope tight around your neck, then I tie a fast knot. So when I pull it right, you'll do anything I ask, Scott.
Where are we?
Tom.
Yo, make the fucking, well, maybe don't, but that was crazy. All right, let's enjoy the show. Scott, it's on you.
Okay. Yo, Pop's already.
Keep going. Round 2 is on scot-free. Round 2 is on scot-free.
Invite them to join us.
Yo, do it and get the footage.
Every rapper brings up Rachel, thinks I'll get offended. I just didn't get it. So I'm with Tipsy's sister, and you're upset, but Tipsy isn't. See how it doesn't make a bit of sense? But I'll show you what makes the difference. I'm not Tom Cruise, so sliding in britches has never been risky business. That's more fire than that, yeah.
I'm here, Scott.
How easy it was to predict how you would move, down to the exact style you would use. I read the writing on the wall. I leave you shrouded in a tomb. You scream so loud it echoes, echoes. And the ground beneath you moves. But what's that saying about the loudest people in the room? Bro, you are big pussy. Shit, I wish a MF would, Rich. Notorious KIM. You don't know how ugly it could get. Plus your boys aren't gassing and looking at you like you should, Rich. So before you spin your tires, make sure you're BF good, Rich. Maybe I got it wrong. You've always wanted to be a roofer. Been dreaming of it since the 8th grade. It's an odd dream, but hey. Who am I to say it's strange? Now the leader of the Lollipop Guild followed the yellow bricks on a paved lane, clicks his steel toes together. He's magically on top of an A-frame. But the cowardly lion ain't outwardly violent a bit. You did nothing when Thesaurus decided to slide in your chick. You did nothing when Twist dipped to write a book and left you riding the bench. Now your spine shivers when you walk past the library since. You know what Rousseau says about you, Poe? You know what Rousseau says about you, Poe? You probably don't, so I'm gonna give you a hint. It's the same as a 1993 release from Aerosmith, or a GameStop documentary that appeared on Netflix. When there is nothing left to eat, that's when the Poe will eat the rich, so I'm in the kitchen. And I'm chefing wild reckless. Don't try to slide for the exit. If you start scrambling to catch up, you're toast like a child's breakfast. Cause I in no way think it's okay for you to be all corn and not spice it up your own way. You brought mayonnaise. I bring chili powder and Old Bay to make sure a bite of corn got flavor like elote. I call myself upper class white trash. It's kind of a pun. I was in a full suit the last time I put my hands on a gun, a little oxymoron that reminds me of how far I've come. I'm a stand-up father and you're still a fucking fall-down drunk. I bet $100 the lucky logger keep you thinking about it heavily. A drunken toddler who stumble awkwards, drink away the memory of how he pissed away his legacy. You were on top, head of state. Then Richard was nixed on some risky shit. It feels like the fix is in, so catch a two-piece on either side of your head if you're feeling tricky, dick. Like, I'm not a crook. I'm not a crook. Yeah, ain't no need to explain it. The only time you were under arrest was during your At Heights training, so... Picture Rich in the morning on the rooftop, buddy. Looks like the neighbors are moving. As I pull up in a U-Haul dummy, you won't even hear the shot over the Tupac coming out your boombox bumping. Pack his lunch with Captain Crunch. We left the roof all bloody. Whoa! I'm actually shocked I got the second off. So I gotta leave with a message, dog. You went from kingpin to a peasant dog, so the respect you lost has me looking at you like Brendan Schaub's. Whoa! Let's go. That's two. Let's go. Scott?
Round 3 on poRICH, man. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him talking about husbandry. Not really. They overturned Wade versus Roe because of me.
Bad first. That's horrible.
Stupid. Legend.
Yo, you and your wife acting like you're swingers, but you seeming depressed. Meanwhile, she's taking in the DM requests like, babe, the weekend's the best, because we don't even have sex. She's like some freak coat chick from Leo list. She'll suck all 3 holes, kids. Semen, spit, even shit. She makes you feel like you're 3 feet tall. Word around town and she's a free-for-all. You thinking, I'm just a cuck on some Steve Seagal. You're not a pimp, dude. You're a simp prude. Why is she with you? Lost all mystique once you said she can boo who she wants, long as the bitch blue. Your game ain't strong. You tried to test the bonds but shouldn't. Now you're jerking it to Jeffrey Dahmer footage because it gets you off in ways the death of Dexter's mama couldn't. Meanwhile, your family's falling apart. Stop ignoring their strife. Break down the walls. Open the doors in your life. Who hates Scott more, his son or his wife? 10 years from now, he won't be picking up the telephone, and I bet your boy becomes a rapist because you never tell him no. And you spit the stupid pseudo-intellectual shit in your battles, trying to seem like an elitist asshole. Like when you said, I'll finish him like a Swedish chapel.
That's fire. 2
different languages and countries, do you need a map, bro? I get what you meant, but the idea's a little thin. Could have said finish him like people singing in a church of Finland. If you listen in, Jesus, Scott, you got Sweden and you got Finland. Yeah, and in Ottawa on a clear day, you see straight to England. And you turn around and rap about biometrica cryogenics. Do you believe yourself? Hold on, Scotty Freezy Bag. Do you just want to freeze yourself? Is that really your whole plan? Do you want to be a snowman? With your 3 rounds, your crack rock pipe, a busted nose, and his eyes are fucking swole. I bet you make your kid watch X-Men on repeat like a fucking weirdo, then cheer when Iceman's on screen because he's your hero. You love the frozen foot and Mr. Deeds, your favorite Batman villain's Mr. Freeze. King Cold, Frieza. The North Pole, Ibiza. I bet you'd survive a Titanic-type crash, jumping overboard like, fuck the life raft, I'll take the ice bath. Is the technology here? Is the technology here? Is it possible? Are you prepared to be a Scotsicle? I want to say you get to pose, but I bet right before the kid gets froze and make it look like he picks his nose. There are better options. Should I tell him about being cremated? Nah, you're right. Guarantee he'd hate it. Your funeral in Belleville will feel a lot like Hell's Winter. They'll have you on display like Guy Lafleur's corpse at the Bell Center. The procession was quite dope. The reception? Ice cold! All right, enough kidding around. Your family's getting scared. They say you keep giving the fridge a vicious stare like, hey, Think I'd fit in there? Dude, but if you froze yourself, won't you miss your life with them? Yeah, right, my friend. You dipped your head in liquid nitrogen if it meant you didn't have to kiss your wife again. No one friggin' cares. So let's just let's just make it clear. You don't need to freeze yourself to disappear for 50 years. But if you do, when you're finally thawed out, there won't be no land, and you'll be the only Encino man with hair like a Benzino fan. Oh, baby, what up?
Last round of the night. Last round. Bottom of the third. Bring it home.
All right, yeah. I did very little research before I wrote this for Rich. I've been around a long time. I know the quotes that you spit. Extrapolate the notes, compose an opus. I got a fully loaded clip. Now, this ain't Willy Wonka's washroom. I ain't sugarcoating shit. Bro. Your material has aged like Andrew Dice Clay. We smile and we nod. We remember the times you were great, but these days it's misplaced misogyny. It's out of touch and out of date. The drunk guy screaming, dick deep in you. Bro, that feels an awful lot like rape. So settle down, Richard. Settle down, Richard. I mean, fuck. Easy does it. Don't turn a three-piece nugget to a greasy bucket. Poutine fried, gravy, white cheesy substance to perk 30 with a fanny back. All the roofers on your street team love it. At this point, your slogan almost seems redundant. You'd sooner slit your wrist than find a chick to repeat fuck with, so the roof and all, that big dog being in her cup with, gon' bubble back like peroxide he's cleaning his cuts with. What the fuck, Rich? You're supposed to grow with the symptoms of conditions you go through, so microwave a Michelina. I'm a minute from eating po food. That's nuts. Throwback sneakers isn't kicking it old school. You're not a superhero. You look like you change your clothes in a phone booth. I will fucking roast you. I'm here wasting ammo, kicking a crushed double cup that's been draped in flannel. So let him tell you about the Po show. We all know that it's basic cable, and who doesn't have a fire stick to change your channel? You know what's an Apache revolver? I'll see you pouring out the liquor on it. A new era bayonet, because now the beak got a sticker on it. You fucking pill popper. All week-long warrior that pawns copper got fresh Carhartts for the bar, vodka tonics and Johnny Walker. IBAs with high IBUs and Scottish lager until the old boy gets comfortably numb as Roger Waters. Wow. But it all comes down to a simple equation, I guess. I have more responsibility. That means I have less time to spend. Less time to drink, less time to rap, less time with my friends, less time during the week, less time once my week ends. But that's the difference between being free and pointless on my board. Start tallying our points. I bet I leave with the high score. I cultivated a family. I bought a house. You catch Richard outside more, looking for any reason to kill himself because you have nothing to die for. Wow! So where your fucking lumbar support? Can't afford an accident, don't want a wrench in your back again. They call you Down syndrome on the job site. They know your strength and your happiness. See, the family man got jokes, but we'll see who's laughing when puny CK gets banged on by Big Gaffigan, because I get overjoyed. Get it shaking with the hands. You wanted to develop like a Polaroid, but I wanted to go like Fifth Battle so we could get drunk and roll some joints.
Don't make some noise, man. That's a CRB classic right there. He's done, man.
Inside, got me fighting with my pride till I'm winded. Let my ego bleed dry in the trench. Through the ashes in the sky, let it fly with the spirit.
Whoa, it's like I see in high definition. I ain't felt this alive in a minute. Laying wide awake with both eyes of the city. It's like I see in high definition.